Let's take a look at example 1. This is a simple linear equation. We want to find the value of x. Now, when you get these kind of problems with multiple choices, then obviously one of the answer choices is the value of x. So you have one option, and that option is to plug in the value of x in the equation and see which of them works. It always works. One of them is the answer. So if your algebra is not strong, I will always encourage you to plug in the answers. This is a try and error approach, and one of them is your answer, so you will get your point. Alternatively, you can also solve this using algebra. And so what I want to do is I want to do the algebra approach and also do the plug-in approach, so that at least you have the option to pick whatever you want to solve it based on the speed. So let's start with the algebra approach. Now for this problem, if you want to do the algebra approach, the best thing to do is to simplify this side of the equation and simplify that side of the equation. Now to simplify this side of the equation requires you to distribute this. So let's start our simple distribution. To distribute means we're going to multiply that 2 times x, of course, plus 4, and then plus 4. That will be equal to 3x. We've done the distribution. Now let's simplify both sides. And that is a smart way to do. Always simplify both sides of the equation until you get to the point where you can isolate x or y or whatever variable you're interested in. So in this particular case, 4 plus 4 is 8. So we come back here, 2x plus 8 is equal to 3 times x. My next thing is to actually move all the x to one side of the equation and move all the non-x, which are the constant, to the other side. Generally speaking, most people prefer to put the x on the left side. There is no mathematical justification for that, but it's simple for most people. So we're going to move there. That means we're going to subtract 3x from here, subtract 3x from here, and then that will give us minus x plus 8 is equal to 0. So obviously, we can also subtract 8 from here, and therefore we get minus x is equal to minus 8. And hence x is equal to 8. How did we get x equal to 8? Well, we divide both sides here by -1 and this by -1, and therefore x equal to 8. So we get the x value that we want. This is simple. Algebraically, you can solve it this way. If for any reason you cannot do it this way, then you try the plug-in approach. So let's assume we're going to start with a is equal to 2, which which is x equal to 2. So let's come back and plug in the value of x. So x equal to 2 means 2 times 2 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to 3 times 2, which is, 2 times 2 here. This is equal to 4 times 2 is uh, 8. 8 plus 2 is equal to 12. So 12 is equal to 3 times equal to 6. This is not true, and therefore we abandon the option A. Let's suppose we move on to B, C, and D. So let's try with the D. If you haven't gotten your answer till you get to D, then you are going to be doing this. So 2 times 8 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to 3 times 8. The right side here obviously is 24. So I just have to check to make sure the left is 24. If it is 24, then I'm good. So 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 20 plus 4 is equal to 24. And therefore, this here is my answer choice. So you see, you can use the plug-in. And now, let me repeat this. Don't move if you can plug in. We're going to talk about different aspects of the test, but don't run away from such problems if you have a multiple choice answer that looks like this. You can simply plug them in and you get your answer. So hopefully you get this one.